Hey there, freaking awesome people. Winnie here from Mind Now, and welcome back to Inspirational Mind, where we break down channels, interview people to gain their perspective on how you can master your mind to gain self-confidence and self-esteem, especially as an introvert. But hey, if you're an extrovert, don't shy away because the world needs you. And today we have Mr. Valerio. I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for being here, brother. And yeah, how are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on your, what is it, a podcast or it's just an
Both,
interview?
actually. I will also download it into a podcast.
Awesome, thanks. I'm so grateful to be here. Like it's a big opportunity for me. Like I am a small channel on YouTube, and so being able to collab with other creators is something that it's just awesome, and I love doing, and I should probably do more. So, what are we going to give out to those people that are following you and that tuned in to see what, Vinny?
All right, man. So, yeah, as you know, my channel is all about self-confidence and believing in yourself, mastering your mind. So, that is going to be my first question. How do you actually gain self-confidence and believe in yourself, bro?
Yes. So, I gained my first bit of self-confidence when I started going to the gym, like when I started lifting, because it's something that changes your mind in a certain way because you feel more powerful, because you feel like you see yourself changing, you see yourself bettering every week, because at the start you see new muscle popping up, you see you're getting some mass, you're getting stronger, you're building some discipline, you start eating healthy, and overall you feel good. Then the second step that I took into being more self-confident is reading books, reading self-help books, reading those books that empower you to change your mindset. And this changed my mindset a lot because I started believing that if I wasn't confident, then people wouldn't take me seriously as a person, as a, let's say, my dream is to become a public speaker. So if I'm not confident, how am I supposed to, let's say, fire up thousands of people that maybe will come to see me speak? And so I changed my mindset and I started going through some challenges, okay? Started challenging myself to being more confident. And being confident in something that you can do, like by faking it. Like, have you ever heard people say fake it until you make it? Well, being confident on the exterior part, like acting confident, can help you actually becoming confident. And then you can become self-confident, because when you're confident around other people and other people believe you and see you as a confident person, say, well, this might be getting true, so I'm confident around them, why should I be confident about myself? And then what you start to do is start accepting the way you are to really reach the maximum level, I should say, of self-confidence. Because when you are able to accept yourself for what you are, and then it's a joke, it's a walk in the park. Like, it's very easy to feel confident. And another note that I would like to add is, if you believe your worth is very low, then don't expect people to raise it up for you. I mean, it's like something good in a market. If the price doesn't rise, nobody's going to make it rise because it's something good. So everybody wants to buy it because it's very low in price. It's very cheap. So if you don't think of yourself, like highly of yourself, then nobody's going to do it for you. So first thing is, I would say, go to the gym or go doing some martial arts, like get some physical activity, then read empowering books. Become confident around people, accept yourself, and then I think you will just become a self-confident person without actually bothering about like it's something, it's like natural. Becoming a self-confident person after you do all of those things, it's natural because you say, hey, I'm doing this and that. I'm already ahead than more people. So why do you have to still be unconfident about what you are? I don't know if that was clear. We can try to maybe.
That was clear, bro. Like you said, I think one of the most important thing that you can do is exercise, because exercising actually, first of all, you build up muscles. You will feel better about yourself because you look damn good, and you release endorphins. That is awesome. It also sets out, when you do it in the morning, the whole day you're going to feel a bit better. And also maybe meditating, doing mindfulness, something where you can literally cultivate mindfulness, or other things. It doesn't have to be meditation, but anything where you can calm yourself and be with yourself if you have low self-esteem, and also building up the self-confidence. I think that is really important. Do you actually do mindfulness meditation?
Yes, I do. I do meditate in the morning. In fact, if we are going to talk about like the morning routine, I will break it down to you. It's actually something that has helped me, like, be fully awake when other people are still sleeping around me. Like, I see that other people are like zombies. Meanwhile, I'm 100% of my brain capabilities already. Like, I wake up pretty early and I like to meditate because it's calm. And so I think that meditation is a really important step into mastering your mind. And you should really spend a lot of, not a lot of time, like even spending 10 minutes a day trying to learn how to properly meditate is something great. It calms you down, it relaxes all of your nerves. It can help you with, as you say, mindfulness, and then it can also help you, as I said, with accepting yourself. You, like, when you accept yourself, you make a big leap into being a, I don't know, just a more confident individual, and meditation can help you with it. Um, Other things, other like benefits of meditations. Um, I don't know. There are countless of them online, but I think the best ones are, like you said, they help you with mindfulness and they help you becoming more confident.
Definitely, man. And what else do you actually do besides meditating and exercising?
Yes, yes, this is what I was trying to. Yes, let's go back to meditation. Basically, meditating should be done with the diaphragm. Diaphragm make the as I say, okay, breathing from your diaphragm basically helps you calm down. And if you make it an habit to breathe from your diaphragm instead of breathing from your chest, you will be much more calm in social situations when anxiety kicks in, because it's something biological. Like when you go through stress, like, okay, let's picture this. I don't know if anybody has ever been into a fight, but when you are into a fight, you start breathing from your chest and your breath goes and because adrenaline is kicking in, and so you start stressing yourself. Instead, when you breathe from your diaphragm, this is when you are relaxed. Like, it's a primal instinct to be relaxed when we breathe from our diaphragm. So if you make it an habit, when you will be around people, you start breathing slowly from your diaphragm, you will calm yourself down. It's something that you can actually try. It works. Most people say that the first problem that we have with this much stress is because people actually breathe from their chest, or they breathe up here. Instead, when if you can make it an habit to breathe from your diaphragm, which is something that meditation requires, it can help you decrease stress levels and social anxiety.
Oh wow, that is amazing. Yeah, that is really interesting to have that in mind, that when you are in a situation where you feel a bit uncomfortable, you can apply this and breathe from your diaphragm. That is really really helpful. And also, I always consider self confidence is also related to having energy throughout your day, right? This is one of the reasons why we do morning routines, so that we kind of, keep our engine warm or make it warm. It's like starting the car in the morning. You cannot just, drive fast. You need the engine to be warm. So that is related to having energy. So what do you actually do to pump yourself up and to have energy throughout your day?
Yes. So the first thing I will actually do is set yourself a specific time when you should wake up. Like it's 6, you always have to wake up at 6 a.m. 5 a.m. always, every day, even on Sunday if you can. If you have to work like at 9 and you want to wake up at 7, it's fine, whatever. But you have to wake up always at the same hour. You develop a circadian rhythm that will help you wake up already energized, okay? Then what you need to do as soon as you wake up, stop thinking that it will be a bad day. Like, don't ever think that it will be a bad day. There are studies done that people who were told that their sleep quality was low, like they were very, very tired all throughout the day. Like they took two groups of people, they made one, they both slept, analyzing with like I don't know what they call those things that they put on your brain to pick up brain waves, and basically they studied the brain waves. Both groups had the same quality sleep. One group was told that their quality sleep was excellent, and so they went on to be very energized all throughout the day, and they accomplished all of those things that they needed to accomplish. Meanwhile, the other group was told, hey, you slept very, very bad tonight, and they felt tired. So wake up at the same time. Then as soon as you wake up, don't say, oh, I'm so tired, say, I'm energized. Okay, try to get it. It's not something that you will be able to do right off the bat, but it's something that if you keep doing, or like you write a post-it and you, as soon as you wake up, you see that post-it and you read I'm energized, it will help you remind you that you slept well. And then you go to the bathroom, you wash your face, or take a shower, I don't know. When I come back, this is my morning routine basically. When I come back, I start reading. Right now I'm reading a Tony Robbins book that I don't have right here, but it's Unlimited Power. And so I try to read a chapter every morning, so it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes of reading. Then I do 10 minutes of meditation. After I finish meditating, I get dressed and I go to school. Recently I am eating more fruit, so I maybe a banana or an apple. But usually I will try to like get out of my way coffee. Like there are people that drink coffee to wake up, but they have been drinking so much coffee that now it does the opposite. Like it does the opposite thing, and now they need so much coffee to wake up, and they don't even wake up. They are just stressing themselves out with all of that coffee. They are increasing their beat rate, the rate of the heart. And I mean, coffee is just bad. If you want to feel energized, do the things that I said before and not drinking coffee. Coffee is something that, like, you have to finish a big project, okay? You have to finish a big project for tomorrow, and you didn't have enough time to finish it, and you take coffee to stay awake and finish up that project, but it's not something that you wake up and you drink coffee because you're still in the bed, okay? You have to wake up without using coffee or anything that may help. Also, sugary things like very refined sugar is bad to feel energized during the day. Try to eat as healthy and as natural as possible. I mean, I even heard from Darren Ardis in the Compound Effects. He says, I ate tuna and what was that? Like tuna and vegetables every morning. Like because he realized it was fuel and his body needed that fuel. So if you can be as healthy as possible, wake up at the same time and feel like your day is going to be great, you will be energized 100%.
Yeah, definitely agree with you on that, man. I think a lot of people undermine the importance of getting enough sleep. So do figure out how much sleep you actually need. And waking up at the same time every day is crucial, yes, but also going to bed at the same time is also very important so that you get that amount of sleep that you actually need. Go figure it out. If you need 6, 7, 8, it always varies from person to person. So that is that. Do you actually also have an evening routine?
No, I do not have an evening routine. I may work on one, but my evening finishes basically with me working on my YouTube or podcast or whatever thing I have, like that goal that I have. I finish working in the night. I always find it that I am more productive in the evening. I do not know why, but like
You're a night
yesterday.
owl.
Yeah, maybe, but I go to bed like always at 11 p.m. So it's 23 o'clock. I am already in the bed sleeping, but I feel like in the night, like when it's past 7 p.m., I start working and I am super productive. Like yesterday, I was able to script 2 videos, script 1 podcast, record and upload that podcast, and just, I don't know. I may consider building an evening routine, like another time meditating before going to bed and reading. I will see. It's something that I have to see because also I have school, so working all those social medias and then also studying for school. It's a lot of work.
True. But yeah, talking about habits now, I think a lot of the things that we do that actually makes us feel and be confident is the habits that we do each day. And you might have bad habits right now, and in order to have good habits, you need to have self-discipline as well. So how do you actually do that? What keeps you motivated? And if you have like a bad habit and you're trying to build a good habit out of that, what makes you be motivated? Because eventually there will be a day where it will put you off track and you say, why should I even do that? Let's do the bad habit again. So what keeps you on track?
Okay, so this is actually what my old channel is about, and I think I have something new because there are a lot of people that see self-help as this basically get disciplined, do this and do that. You have to do it for 21 days straight if you want to build an habit, okay? But then I believe that this doesn't work for anyone. This works for that kind of people that when they decide one thing, they do that thing. They maybe take a lot of time to decide, but there are people that it doesn't work for them. There are people that actually need to, let's say that there is this guy who is smoking, okay? Let's say smoking, a bad habit. And also he wants to start running. So the first thing I would suggest him to do is not actually like give up smoking completely because it's difficult. It will go back to it in 2 or 3 days, 1 week if he's strong enough, but it will actually go back to it. It's like very strange if a guy stops smoking right off the bat. Like he decides, he throws away all the packets and he stops smoking. He will find actually a way to smoke. Or his friends will say, hey, take the cigarette and smoke. I'm stopping smoking, and he will fall for it. So, okay. So what I will suggest doing is, like, you are smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Okay, get it down to 10 cigarettes a day, and you start, let's say, walking 5 minutes every day. You go 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you get those 10 cigarettes, you get them down to 5. And you start walking for 10 minutes a day. Then those 5 cigarettes, you get it down to 3, then 2, 1, until you can actually go like a week with just 1 cigarette. It's something, like you say, but this does take time. Yes, but it will be, like, it increases your chances of success a lot. Like, I wanted to start reading. I've never read in my entire life before I started reading, and I still have a streak every day reading since I started. But how did I start? I started by reading like 5 pages. 5 pages. I woke up every day, I read 5 pages. I was extremely slow because I am Italian and I am also reading English books. So I am slow. I read 5 pages. Then after I was comfortable reading 5 pages, I started with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can read for 45 minutes to an hour. I even read one entire book in an evening. It was something big like this. I mean, so what I'm saying you to do is the Japanese way of doing things. It's actually called Kaizen. Kaizen is small adjustments that will actually turn into big changes. And it's something that also Darren Hardy says in The Compound Effect. Obviously, you're seeing that The Compound Effect is a book that basically I agree with and that I really recommend you reading because it's something that works. A lot of small changes will add up to big changes.
Yeah, totally, man. I totally agree with you on that. Starting small is actually really, really effective because, like you said, if you're a smoker and you smoke like 2 packs a day, that will be really hard to, if you say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to quit immediately, it will be, I think it will be even unhealthier to do that. And I really love the quote from this one book called Atomic Habits. I don't know if you've ever read that, but it says you have to standardize before you optimize. So in your case, it is kind of like, taking small steps before you actually, like you say, if you want to quit, okay, then standardize that process of smoking less, smoking only 10 cigarettes instead of 15 cigarettes, right? Standardize that step first before you optimize until you actually quit it all together. So yeah, I really recommend that book. If you've ever read that book or not, do get it.
No, I'll put it in my to read list. Like,
I really love that book. One of must read books.
yes, actually, I have one story to share with you. It's a pretty quick story. Like, I went to the gym, and there was this guy who, I knew him, and he knew that I was ripped. Like, I have abs, and I'm good, like all of that. And he did way more movement. Like, he did way more training than I did, and he still wasn't able to obtain any abs. He was like all muscular, arms, pecs, everything, and then he had like bloated stomach. And he said, "What is this?" And I said, "No." He said, "Actually, how can I get rid of this?" And I told him, "Well, what do you do?" said, well, I do this and this, I train like that. Now, what do you actually eat or drink? And he said, well, I drink 3 beers each and every evening. I said, what? And then he said, I also eat pizza after I I eat dinner. Like I am hungry at midnight and I go eat a pizza. Say you're a madman and you're expecting to have abs. So what I told him was not stop eating pizza and stop drinking. I told him because I knew he wasn't going to do it otherwise. I said, hey, drink only 1 beer in each evening. That like 1 beer a day. Okay, only one. And he said, okay, I will. In 2 weeks, he had his stomach was already half, like it was the half of what he had before. So it worked. And then I told him, then now get it even lower. Okay, like 1 beer every 2 evenings. And he did it, and now he's like almost he has abs, but it was slow process of getting rid of all that alcohol. I mean, it's not something easy, okay?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, if you start small and then kind of, build it over time, that is much more compelling to do as well, rather than having like a big goal. Because first of all, it is hard and it's challenging, it's difficult, and people don't want to do something what is difficult, right? So having it easy, like you said, in small steps, makes us want to do it more. So let's talk about you though. Are you an extrovert or an introverted person? And if you were an introverted person and you were a shy person, how were you able to really, overcome that shyness, except the things that you've already talked about, which is like exercising and all of that? What else did you actually do?
Yes. Okay, actually, I was very shy when I was younger. Then I started building up some confidence to start speaking to other people, to starting small talks and everything. Like I am able to approach girls. I did it. No problem approaching girls. The problem is that I don't like dealing with people's with people that have a lot of drama going on, like all those people that like getting drunk, all those people that like wasting time. Like I don't want to be around that. I mean, I like to be alone, maybe meditating, reading a good book, instead of going out on Saturdays. Like I don't know how to explain it to you, but if I could find a self-help community like near my hometown, I will be always hanging out with those people, because I want to be around people that actually want to better themselves, want to get a better life, and I do not want to get a lot of friends that like wasting their time and wasting themselves out with alcohol. So I could actually be an extrovert, like I go out on Saturday night and I start speaking to everybody around, like at the club. I could do it, but it's not actually that something that I like to do, because I feel like I'm always an introvert. Inside me, I am an introvert that is capable to do what an extrovert can do. Okay? So sometimes I even need time to stay alone. I even try to isolate myself because I need some time to stay alone, to think about whatever is on my mind.
Yeah, no, totally agree, man. And if you're an introvert, like, we all have our own personality types, and we can decide ourselves what kind of person we want to become, but the core always remains the same, and we need to know ourselves, right? Like you, for instance, you say you're more of a guy who, you can be an extrovert person, but in the core, you're an introvert person, and so sometimes you need to get your energy back by being alone, by meditating, by reading books, or whatever what you do with your alone time. So your core is kind of an introvert person. But if you say to yourself, okay, I want to talk with others and be an extrovert person, then of course you have to practice, and you can actually do it if you set your mind to it. You just have to, get out of that comfort zone, obviously, and doing all of the things that we've already talked about with the morning routine, exercise to get that, engine running, to warm yourself up and to be awesome, of course. But yeah, overall, we have our identity and personality. Do you want to add something to that? Because I just saw you like, oh, should I say something?
Yes, what I want to say is that if you know that you are an introvert, okay, let's say that you are an introvert and you would like having more friends, first of all, be honest and say, am I in a spot where I need to socialize more and to learn some social skills? If yes, then go on Google and search how to learn this social skill, how to talk better, how to, let's say, be confident, how to have a confident body language and all of that thing. You'll learn it, and then after you learn, you start going through small challenges. A big challenge that you can do is going out alone. Like, going out alone, it's amazing. If you are able to go out alone and enjoy yourself, it's not, you say, what is it? Going out alone, it's not actually a big deal. Yes, it's a big deal, because when you are alone, you say, what do I even do? And so you start thinking in your mind, maybe I should start approaching somebody. And one thing that you should do as soon as that pops up in your mind is approaching somebody. Like, really approach somebody. Don't go actually with an attractive girl, because what happens is that success breeds success. So if you fail, then you're going to be down, and your whole evening will go into the drain, and you will be able to approach anything. Start approaching some guys that are having fun. Like, if you are a male, approach some males and maybe find them something that you have in common. Maybe you like cars, they like cars, you start talking about cars. And so, because success breeds success, then you will be able maybe to approach other guys, and like you found 10, 20 friends in one evening. And then, because maybe they introduce you to other girls, you present yourself, you get to know them, and then if you want, you can go and maybe on your way back you approach one girl before going to your home, to your house. I don't know. This is what I will actually like. This is the tip that I will give to an introverted person if he wants to become extrovert. Like, start testing out yourself with all of those things that we said.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
You're doing something like this because I know that you have a day-to-day, what is it, a diary journal of how you are overcoming your issues. Is it right?
I did a challenge, right, where I approached like random people on the streets and all of that, where I kind of got out of my comfort zone. That is what I wanted to do, but then I kind of paused and stopped that because I wanted to get other things in my life, back on track before I get back to that. But I definitely will. And as you know, my channel is all about like documenting my process and overcoming my challenges and issues and problems. And yeah, but thank you for asking, man. Anyway, so dude, another thing what brings and gives you the confidence is, having figured out what you want to do in life, passion, purpose. A lot of people are asking that, what they should do. I don't know how old you are, bro, so maybe you don't have the right answer. And I'm pretty sure that nobody really has the right answer to this question, because everyone is unique. We all have our journey, everyone, but I still want to know what your perspective is on this matter.
Yes, so basically your purpose in life. Am I right? Okay. So, first thing, I am actually 17 years old, so I'm pretty young. I am young. I know that sometimes it pops in my mind that, like, why would somebody that is like 30-year-old listen to the advice that a 17-year-old is giving out? And so this is actually something that challenges me because I want to become a public speaker into the self-help niche. And I want to like get the best version of somebody out. Like I want the viewer listening to this becoming his best version possible, because I know that times have changed and self-help should change too accordingly. This is why I've based all my channel all around this new self-help techniques, because it's actually that if you think, not if you think, if you read Think and Grow Rich, there is not something like I mentioned, like get it from 20, you 10 cigarettes, then 5. Those are old self-help books, so self-help should change. And I actually figured this out, like I want to become a public speaker, I want to influence people positively after like 5 years of trial and error. And you say, what did you do in those 5 years? I started with doing Minecraft Let's Plays. Like I was 10 years old, I was doing Minecraft Let's Plays. Bad graphics, not bad graphics. Like I was recording 480p, uploading it to YouTube. Then I kept going as a gamer for 2 years, actually 2 or 3 years, something like that. Then I stopped, and because I started going to the gym, and I like this old fitness idea, the aesthetic movement, and I said, well, I actually am a noob, I don't know how to play, I'm bad at playing video games, but I said, maybe I can do something even better with my life. I see a lot of people are unfit and they are unhealthy. If a 14-year-old can go to the gym, get a good physique, maybe I can motivate other people to start going to the gym. And so I actually tried growing on Instagram. I got to 11,000 followers, but then I stopped because I didn't like it anymore. It wasn't, I tried it for 2 years and a half, but it's not my passion anymore, changing people on the outside. Now I want to change people on the inside. And it's been a process. Like I went from making gameplays to make people laugh, so to make them better for 10-15 minutes, to changing people, to making people feel better about themselves on the outside. And now I think it's been logical to like go and try to change people from the inside, because the only real happiness, if we have to use term like happiness, is from the inside. It's when you accept yourself and you start improving yourself. This is all about the self-improvement. Like I am happy when I see that I am reading, I know a lot of things. If somebody starts talking to me, I can hold myself, like I can hold my own. I'm sorry, I can hold my own in a discussion, because I even like watched videos or read something on how to have a discussion, like Jordan Peterson, all of those things. And so this is where my happiness is coming from, like being able to give out to other people. And this is basically fueling fueling myself to wake up at 6 every morning. And this is why I said that when I wake up, basically, all the other people are sleeping, and when I actually in class, I am awake, and all the other guys my age are sleeping because they wake up at 8. Like class is 8:30 a.m. They wake up at 8. How do you expect to be 100% working at 8? And they actually are sleeping until like it's 11 a.m. It's unbelievable. And so this is motivating me to actually work until 11 p.m. to wake up at 6. And actually I feel like I should say this. I only now started being able to study when I want it. Like I decide I have to study, I start studying. It's something that I was able to do after 2 years of being into the self-help niche, into the self-help field. But when it comes to building up my YouTube channel, my brand, and everything, I am always ready to work. So, find when you are able to do it for free, to put a lot of work for free, and you kind of feel good doing that thing because I feel like I'm helping somebody. Then I think you actually found your purpose. Or something like if you didn't find your purpose, at least you found the general direction of your purpose. Because let's say that my general direction is helping people with self-help, and then my specific direction would be helping people deal with criticism. Okay, criticism, hate, self-doubt, all those things. Are the things that I went through the most. And so it's actually something that I have a lot of experience with those things, and so I can give out more. But for now I have a general direction. Then as I go on, as I keep creating videos, podcasts, and everything, I will figure it out where I should aim all my forces at.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy for you, man, that you got your shit together. Compared to a lot of 17-year-old, like you said, in your class, for instance, and I'm happy to see you like this far at 17-year-old, because when I was 17-year-old, I was not like you, man. I was typical student who just lives day by day, so to speak. I mean, I got good grades and everything, but I wasn't like how I am now, what I want to accomplish, and how I saw the importance of mastering your mind and to be self-confident. Because everything what you want to do in life, I really think that you need to have self-confidence, because that will bring you so much further. It will help you fight against the obstacles and the failures, because you will fail, right? Anyway, now
there is something that I actually want to say about what you told me, that when you were a 17-year-old you were just like others. Well, it was your time to be a 17 years old like others. I mean, everybody has their time. Everybody is in his own race. It's not actually that you should, like, let's say you are a 25-year-old, okay? And you are watching for the first time, not my videos, but the videos of a 17-year-old entrepreneur who built his first dropshipping site, is making lots of money, and he said, oh, he has everything figured out. No, we don't have anything figured out. We know the direction that I want to go, but it's because inside my mind, I think I lost the time to be a teenager. Like, I had to grow because reasons. Like, I had to become a man way sooner than most of the other guys. And all the people that speak to me, they say you have 17 years of age, but you should be 30. Like your mindset is one of a 30-year-old people person. And it's actually everybody has their own time. I mean, it's not something that it's mandatory to be successful. You have to start young. Everybody has their own time. And I've there is something that you lose in starting so young like me, and it's my teenage years, because I see older people having fun, maybe wasting time, but they are having fun. They don't know that they could be doing something more productive, but it's their time. Meanwhile, I'm here doing this interview.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with what you said there, and everyone has their time, like you said. Everyone has their journey, and to be honest, the term of wasting time is also subjective, right? It would be a waste of time for you, right, but not waste of time for them. It's their intention to have fun, right? Your intention is something else. You have something else that you're following, you know. And what I would also like to add, and this is a motto and quote that I live day by day, is from Lao Tzu, and he says that everything is your fault, meaning that you take responsibility for everything that you do. So
this is actually something I did, like my New Year's resolution video was all about taking 100% of the responsibilities for everything that happened. So it's something that I live actually day by day. Like everything that happens, I say I could have done better. Like it's not my fault, but there's something I could have done better. And so this is actually something that I agree with you. Like taking 100% of your responsibility, it's great.
definitely, because you know, I always, well, back then, not now anymore, which is great. But back then, I had low self-esteem. I, you know, had problems and all of that, and you know, I pitied myself. And then, you know, one day I realized, like, it doesn't matter what I say. Obviously, you have family and friends and all of that. They're supportive. That is awesome. But at the end of the day, you're the one to change. Like, nobody really gives a shit about your problems except for you. You need to solve that, right? And so that's why I live by this motto day by day. I'm not saying like nobody cares about you, okay? I'm not saying that, but at the end, you're the one who changes everything. So now, let's talk about goals, man. How do you set your goals?
Yeah, this is something that I use the principle that we used before to small of dividing everything into small steps. And so I like to set a big goal. Okay, my ultimate goal for YouTube is to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year, 2019. And what I did is, okay, now let's divide it into a 6-month goal. Okay, and the 6-month goal is to actually upload 24 videos. I want to upload one video each and every week. And so 6-month goal, 24 videos. 3-month goal, 12 videos. 1 month, 4 videos. Okay, so every week I have to upload one video. And so the daily goal to keep getting closer to the final goal, okay, is to do something in the making of a video. Could be scripting, could be recording, could be editing. And so I have to do something that gets me closer to that goal of having 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's not that I know what people may say, like aim high. Like if you aim at 1,000 subscribers, it's actually like you're aiming pretty low. I believe that it is a realistic goal. Like I started 4 months ago with 0. I am 130, and so in 1 year, doing another 870 subscribers will be a good goal, because it's actually not just the number. I want to make sure I have a relationships with those other 870 people. Like I want them to be followers, subscribers that get something from me, that I can get something from them. I am always open to new ideas. Like if you didn't agree with me on something, we could have a small discussion, and I may be going away from this interview with something new, like with a new perspective. I'm really open to this, and I want to have this kind of interaction. Like I give you something, you can give me something. It's not that I'm always right. I am most of the times I'm wrong. So
The thing is, there's no right and wrong, because again, it is all subjective. What might be right for me might be wrong for you. Therefore, I avoid actually these terms, right and wrong. There's only more right and more wrong, but there's never like right or wrong, right? That is how I see it. Now, talking about the goals that you have with your YouTube channel, which is awesome, and congrats on 100 subscribers or more. 100, yeah. And
I know you passed the 300, so congrats for your 300 subscribers, man.
So I know that a lot of people are actually setting that goal, with having 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers. I personally, I don't set goals concerning how many subscribers I want. Now, you might be saying like, or not you, I mean you in general, this might not be, beneficial to you, because having a goal like that, it kind of gives you a guideline and a road, right? I am for goals and everything. Like my goal is, for example, I want to make as many videos as high quality as possible. That is something that I have control over. That is something that can happen 100%. With subscribers, here's the thing, like I think something that we can't have control over, such as subscribers, it makes us feel unexpected. Now, in your case, it is still okay, because you're doing a low expectation kind of, subscriber count. If you said, okay, I want to have like 100,000 subscribers at the end of the year, it might not, be too realistic. But the thing with subscribers is that it's not something that we have control over. And this is what Gary Vaynerchuk always says, that, don't care about the metrics, because at the end of the day, whatever we do, the market decides. So, we're all in the self-development field. You, me, everyone that I've interviewed so far, and we all have our message. The message is all the same, but we have like our unique way of doing it, approaching it, right? But then we need to say, okay, what does the market want, and what do they resonate with the most, right? I mean, if you take, for example, two channels like me and you, okay, we say we have the same message, but because you say it in a different way, you might have, more subscribers than I do, even though the message is exactly the same. So yeah, talking about like having subscriber count, how many you want to have, I personally don't do that, because I just see like it is something what we expect. It is what our ego wants, and we expect from others to like us for what we put out. And at the end of the day, it's actually them who decides. So I would rather focus on goals that I have control over, like how many videos I want to make, how qualitative they are. Those things are something that I can actually, build up upon, like skills, right? And how many videos I want to put out, or stuff like that. So I would, that is how I approach things. That is just something that I want to add. Maybe in the future my belief will change. Who knows? I'm never fixed. I believe that we as people, we always change. Our values change, our beliefs change. And so, that's just something that I want to add to what you said. Sorry for interruption.
You actually changed a little bit of my perspective. Yeah, you are right. We do not have control over subscribers. And you're actually right. but in a way, I believe that when you reach 1,000 subscribers, let's say, your content is getting good. Like the amount of subscribers you have kinda reflects the quality that you have. Because when you say reaching 1,000 subscribers, let's open a quick discussion. Could be like reaching to 1,000 subscribers, maybe having a watch time, an average watch time of 5 minutes, having more views, having better videos all around. And so I think that I set that number knowing all the things that they are behind. It's something, there are ways for people to set goals in order to motivate them the most. And like if I had to set that goal, is because I think, well, to reach to that goal I have to get better doing this, doing this, doing this. So it all like chains to doing something that I can control. But I actually agree with you, there are people that shouldn't set goals based on the numbers, like getting, let's say, 100k in revenue. They should set the goals in becoming a better version of themselves. It all resonates with yourself. Like I read the Tony Robbins book Unlimited Power, and it's actually giving me lots of insights on myself. Like it's unbelievable how much I am getting to know myself.
No, that's great, man. And if you have time, you already said that you're going to write it down on your book list. Atomic Habits, you will love it because it is exactly how you describe habits and how you build them. And you will really love this book. There's actually another book concerning habits, which is called, what is it? The Power of Habit. But I actually resonate with the Atomic Habits more because it's first of all new, right? And it's not the old methods like you said. But yeah, man. So what do you actually do when you encounter dark times? Like when you have, set a goal and it doesn't go according to your plans, or you hit an obstacle, you're in a deep rut, nothing is going according to your plans. What do you do in these times? It kind of it's very similar to the question that I asked before with the self-discipline, but now it's more of something that really puts you in a dark time.
Yes, I do understand. Okay, so first thing is I try to I try to reframe what happened, to look it from a place which, the view is brighter, the bright side of things. I always try to reframe it in a way that I see it in a more positive way. Then I really become grateful. I am already grateful. I forgot to mention that every morning I have a gratefulness list with all the things I'm grateful for, and I go through it two times, like putting everything of myself into reading those things I'm grateful for. And so in those dark times, I read that list, even 5 times a day, because it actually helps you stay positive. Because when you have a roof over your head and you have food, water, some money to live off by, then everything that happens to you can be like smashed through. It's an obstacle, you can go over it, under it, around it, you can go right through it. So I try to stay as positive as possible, and really my concern is to never stop moving. Okay, if in a dark time I stop moving, I lose all of my momentum. So what I try to do is to never stop moving, to keep going even if I slow down. Okay, and this is when something happens, like your girl dumps you, okay, and you feel bad. Instead of when I fail at something, I tell myself, okay, you failed. Then what? Nothing. Let's go on. Let's look forward to the future. Like there is no point in really staying there and beating yourself up. You failed. You failed. You could have done better. You could have. I learned the lesson. I may be going over it to learn the lesson. Like as soon as I learn a lesson, two lessons, I don't know. I just, let's say, okay, it's past time. Okay, let's go. Let's look at now and let's look at the future. So this is basically what I focus to do: stay positive and try to be as present as much as possible.
One thing what I will also implement in the future, and again, this is something what I've taken from the book Atomic Habits, is actually crossing let me rephrase that. All of the progress that you have made thus far, right? Let's say you have meditated, for like 20 days, and then on one day you don't feel like doing it. Okay, having one day not doing it is okay, but then you see all of the progress that you have made, or whatever it is. Maybe it is with your business or with your relationship or whatever it is, right? You have to compare that day with the accumulated days that you have done thus far. It will, when you compare these two things, it will make you feel better as well, and know how far you have actually come, how much work you have put into everything that you have done thus far. And when you compare it, it can help you much further, because the truth is, depending on what your personality is, when you are in a dark place, sometimes being positive and all of that is great. If you have built that habit until then, it will be much easier for you to do so. But let's say you're a person who didn't have good habits at all. You don't even have morning routines. You have bad sleeping schedule and all of that. When you come into that bad day, it will feel like crap. You cannot say, just focus on the positive things, because your mind is now literally taking control over you, And so on that day, I would literally, compare the good times that you had, all the things that you have done thus far, and compare it with that day, because, your mind is really powerful, and whatever you focus on really expands. And being really honest to yourself that, whatever mistakes you have, whatever flaws you have, you must be honest to yourself and say that, okay, I gotta work on that, and that nobody's perfect, and that, like we've already discussed, everyone has their own journey. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I have had times where I relapsed, like maybe, I think twice or three times, like big relapses. And so I asked myself why. Like, then I went back to 2 years, because I didn't journal every single day, but I journaled like maybe every half a year or something, and I, jotted down my thoughts and everything. And then I came to the realization, it's because, I'm a perfectionist. It's because of my childhood, what I have actually experienced. It's because of my relationship to money. That is the reason why I'm doing all of these things. And it doesn't matter. Again, it depends on your personality and how you think and all of that. But being really honest to yourself will really help you. And that is just something that that I also want to emphasize on my channel, is that you are freaking awesome, yes, but you gotta be self-aware, you gotta be mindful, you gotta be truthful and honest, that you have flaws and you can actually overcome them. Anyway, bro, I am like talking so much about myself in this interview, but you know that's a good sign. You're like bringing the inside of me out, if you can say that.
It's actually, I think that when there is an interview and there is it from an interview it turns into discussion like with the guest, and the one that who is interviewing is the best piece of content that could come out. Like it's something that it becomes really instructive, because when two people are like putting two different ideas, because I understand that me and you are pretty different. Okay, maybe I am different because I faced a lot of criticism. I said that I could talk about facing criticism, hate, and self-doubt for days, because since I was like 8 or 9, I started facing really, really heavy criticism from my peers. And so to this day, I am now able to say, hey, I don't even care what you're saying, okay? So it may be this, because I've actually faced so much criticism during my life that it's something that, I don't even care for it anymore. And actually, I do believe that sometimes people criticize you because you're doing something good.
Yeah, I mean, I always, I also had, this where I felt bad about myself because whatever I did, people criticize or they look down on you, or you will always have haters. I never really realized that until I think 21 or something. I was pretty late, but it's something where you ask yourself like, okay, you're doing something good. Why are people like hating on you? But that is just how it is. You will always have haters, no matter how good you are. That is just fact.
There is a funny story which is from my traditional culture, like because in Italy we have this kind of subculture which are in our like I think everywhere there is a culture, and then there are subcultures related to the place where you live. And so in the place where I live, like the region, there is this story where there are a father and a daughter and a donkey. So the story starts with the father and the daughter on the donkey. They are both on the animal, and they enter into a city. And basically everybody says, hey, look at them. They are making the poor animals suffer. They are bastards. And they are criticizing them. Okay? And so the father gets off the donkey, and then the next person says, look at what horrible daughter she is. She's making her old father walk while she's on the donkey. And so she gets off the donkey, and the father goes on the donkey, and the next person like what father are you? You're making your daughter walk and you are on the donkey. So they both get off the donkey. They say, you're so stupid. You have a donkey and you're walking on foot. Like, this is the story of your life when you try to be successful. Do it in every way possible. They're going to criticize you. So just learn to deal with criticism.
Wow, that is a story that I will remember for sure. That is a really, really great story. Wow.
When I face criticism, this always comes to my mind, and I almost start laughing because it's so true, man. You cannot say that this is not true. Most of the times, you will every way or shape of possible you do it, you get criticized. So just learn to live with it and let it go.
No, I totally agree with you, man. It is sad, but it's the truth. But once you know that these things happen and that you will always have haters, no matter how good you are, then you will know how to cope with that situation. and just, you know, giving out positivity is all what matters, and making the best out of the situation. Anyway, bro, now we get into the book part, man. We have been talking quite some time now. Incredible. But we had a good...
Actually been 1 hour and 10 minutes, so you will have lots of content to go through, man. So might do this pretty...
All right, dude, let's talk about books, man. So what is your favorite book concerning mindset, and what is the one biggest takeaway from that favorite book?
So you've heard me talking about mainly those two books, like The Compound Effect and Unlimited Power from Tony Robbins. So I think that both of those books have gave me what my mindset now is. Basically, that you have to work in small steps, and that you have to know yourself to motivate you the right way. And so but if I had to tell you like a specific book that made me change my mind about it will be, I don't know, I don't remember this book, but you know, it was something like a book on prosperity, like positivity, like the law of attraction, something like that. Basically, if you change your mind to be positive, it's probably you will attract those things that you want. So always be positive. And this is basically what changed, like getting to really face to face with the law of attraction and seeing that it works. Like just think about it. Every time you didn't want something to happen, it happened. So yeah, it was actually, the book is titled The Law of Attraction. I might have it on my iPad right there, but it's something that I will let you know. Like, then the next question is.
So yeah, one thing that I would like to add to that, from Tony Robbins again. Tony Robbins, like I said, is one of my mentors, even though I haven't met him personally. But I also read a book of his. Can't remember the name of his book, but what I want to add is that whatever question you ask yourself in your head, your mind will come up with an answer. So for example, if you ask yourself, okay, why did this happen to me in a negative state, you kind of come up with an answer that justifies that question. So you will say, oh, it's because you're bad, oh, because you deserve this, oh, because you know you have low self-esteem. Like all of bad answers will be there for bad questions. Now, on the other hand, if you have good questions such as, okay, how can I actually change this? Your brain will come up with a good answer. And that is like really fascinating, just how powerful a question actually is. So yeah, that is one thing that I wanted to say. And also the book that I was thinking was Awaken the Giant Within. So that is the book that I've read from Tony Robbins. Anyway, the next question that I would like to know from you is, what's your favorite book concerning productivity, and what's the one key takeaway from that?
Okay, actually, my favorite book on productivity is probably The Compound Effect from Darren Hardy. And the main takeaway that I got from that book is to journal. Like, I understood how important journaling is, and so I now made my own way of journaling, where I like literally put my to-do list on top, then I write down the timestamps which I start doing things, and so at the end of the day I can adapt how much time I worked, how much time I wasted, how much time I basically journaling has been my major takeaway, and it has been me much more like much more productive. So The Compound Effect from Darren Hardy, incredibly good read. It's easy to read, it's fast, and actually helps a lot.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So the last question that I would like Oh, well, it's not the last question, but one of the last. So yeah, your favorite book concerning what has helped you the most in regards to achieving your goals.
Yes. So I read a lot of books on self-help, like about now I'm maybe around, I don't know, uh, probably 25 books in 4 months I read. And so it's actually a big number. Like, this was a period where I read a lot. There was a period where I actually read morning and evening because I had lots of free time and I didn't want to study, so I said, let's just read. But I think that really the book from Tony Robbins, Unlimited Power, that I'm reading now, I will go back again and read all that book and taking notes this time, because this time I want to actually take notes on all the exercises it makes you do in the books. Maybe I don't know if Awaken the Giant Within there are exercises, but Unlimited Power is there are plenty of exercise to actually do to find what motivates you, what moves you. Something I heard from a podcast: what makes your art sing? Like, what makes what moves you. And so actually this has helped me the most, because knowing yourself is really really important. Like, I am somebody that can actually undergo some very very bad self talk. I mean, I actually use bad self talk to motivate myself doing things. Like, get up from that effing bed and start working, you useless. Like, I tell me this. It's like a drill sergeant screaming in my ears to do things, because it's actually something that I can go through. There are people instead who really need to, like, be gentle with themselves, because I may change this light some way. Okay, it's better. So there are people that actually need to be gentle with themselves, otherwise they will have even lower self-esteem. So, like, you reading that book Unlimited Power will actually give you some real info on how you should talk to yourself, like real self-talk, and how to motivate yourself to do things.
All right, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's I will definitely add that to one of my, yeah, to read list. Anyway, man.
I don't know, I just came up with the name. Maybe it exists somewhere.
No, that's really awesome. Concerning, knowing yourself is really really important. And yeah, so bro, before we get to last question, how can people connect with you further, man?
Yes, so you can connect with me if basically go on my YouTube at Valerio Mangano Self Improvement, and if you type that out, it's the first search result on YouTube, and in the info you will find all of the links to go listen to my podcast. There are SoundCloud, Castbox, Spotify for now. Then my YouTube, obviously, Valerio Mangano Self Improvement. And then on Twitter, I will be launching kind of a brand. I'm launching kind of a brand. It's the Hustling Rebels. I call it like that because I think I am a rebel. Like, there is my family and the society around me that wants me to work a 9 to 5, go to school, get good grades, and get into the rat race. I do not want to do that. I want to travel the world. If I'm going to be successful, this is my idea of success: traveling the world, fighting up thousands of people and changing their lives. So this is my success, so I'm working towards it. Basically, this is something for all of those, like, Generation X, millennials, or even like people older than that believe that there is more to life than working until 65 and then retiring. And so we do not want to work a 9 to 5, but we actually end up working more than they do. So you can just go on my YouTube, Valerio Mangano Self Improvement. I think my brother over here will put a link in the description, and then yeah, you can connect with me basically there.
Awesome, man. Bro, one last thing that I would like to add to what you said there, concerning you want to travel around the world and quit the 9 to 5 job, and that is awesome, and I support you in every way, bro. But one thing, again, I have to quote from Tony Robbins is, stay committed to your goals, right? That is one of your goals. You want to travel around the world. You don't want to be in a rat race, but stay flexible in your approach, meaning that if you really have to get a job because you need money, right? Without a job, you can't have money. You need to do that in order to make your dream into reality. So that is one thing that I would like to add as well. I'm not saying that your goal will never come to reality. That's not what I'm saying, right? But I'm saying that if we need money, we need to get a job somehow, right? So that is just what I want to tell you. But bro, I support you in every way, and I know that you will turn it into reality, man. And so this is my last question. As you know, my channel is all about mastering your mind to gain self-confidence, self-esteem. So tell me, what is the one activity, one revelation that has helped you the most in regards to mastering your mind?
Okay, mastering my mind, the revelation that helped me master my mind. Okay, so I think I really have to give all the like it's okay. Assume 100% of your responsibility. Like take 100% of your responsibility. This is what has changed me recently. Like I didn't even use that. Okay, so basically, taking 100% of your responsibility will help you master not only your mind but your whole entire life. Because if you think that you won't be successful because of your upbringing, you will not be. But if you say, okay, it's not anybody's fault, like for my upbringing, but if I stay poor because of my upbringing, then it's actually my fault because I let myself be like conditioned by that upbringing. And also what you said before about the getting a job, it's actually something that it's good advice. In fact, in my podcast I said, if you want to be successful, like increase your chances of success, and this is also related with all the taking the 100% responsibilities. If you fail, it's your responsibility because you failed, okay? But if you failed in a way that now you have like a loan of $500,000 with a bank, now you cannot learn anything because you effed up real good. So there is no way to learn from that. It's like when people try to build a $10 million company and they haven't built any company before. It's like making a jump where the chances of success are 1%. Who will jump knowing that only 1% of those who jumped made it? So it's actually good advice to find a way to get some money, to put some money aside, have a job. Like I said, learn an income skill, like a skill that you can use to earn a decent amount of money, put some money aside, and then you start your business. So actually great advice from my man Winnie. And also, yes, take 100% of your responsibilities, man. Your life will be changed.
Man, bro, that was amazing. That was amazing last message as well, and inspiring. Bro, I had really a great time, interviewing you and discussing And yeah, I hope you also enjoyed it, bro. I hope you also got some value out of this. And yeah, guys.
I love doing this. This is what I am doing it because I. This is why I am doing it because I love doing it. Like okay, that.
Yes, of course, bro. Guys, what was your favorite advice from Valerio? Please leave it down below in the comment section. And you know, maybe one day if I'm in Italy, Mr. Valerio will show me some pizza and all of the pasta and all of that great stuff because I love Italian food, man. Anyway, guys, remember that you are freaking awesome and that you can do it if you put your mind to it. Winnie out. For now.